Hello, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about something many people face but few know how to handle in a healthy way. The end of a relationship. It's hard to accept that something as important as love can come to an end. Often we get stuck in feelings of sadness, anger, or resentment, unsure of how to move forward. The good news is that Stoic philosophy offers powerful tools to help us overcome these emotions in a rational and constructive way. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, teaches that suffering doesn't come from external things, but from our interpretation of them. In this video, we'll explore how to apply Stoic acceptance to move on without resentment, transforming the end of a relationship into an opportunity for personal growth. If you want to learn how to better handle the end of a relationship and find inner peace, click the subscribe button and turn on notifications. This video will help you rebuild your emotional life with wisdom and tranquility. Let's get started. The end of a relationship is a painful experience because it involves loss. We lose the connection, the shared plans, and the routine we built with another person. However, Stoicism reminds us that not everything is within our control. Epictetus said, "Don't worry about things that are outside of your control." This includes the behavior and decisions of others. When a relationship ends, we often try to control what has already happened or blame the other person for our emotions. But Stoicism teaches us that pain doesn't come from the event itself, but from how we interpret that event. If we see the end of a relationship as a total failure, we get stuck in negative feelings. On the other hand, if we view it as a natural part of life, we can find meaning in the experience. Now that we understand the importance of acceptance, we need to explore the challenges of applying it. One of the biggest obstacles is emotional attachment. When we invest time, energy, and expectations into a relationship, it's natural to feel resistance to the idea of losing it. However, Stoicism reminds us that excessive attachment makes us vulnerable to suffering. Another challenge is dealing with the intense emotions that arise after the end of a relationship. Feelings like sadness, anger, or frustration are normal, but when we allow them to consume our minds, we get trapped in cycles of negativity. Additionally, we often carry unrealistic expectations about love and relationships. We live in a culture that romanticizes happily ever after, creating pressure for all relationships to last forever. When a relationship ends, this belief can make us feel inadequate or like a failure. So, how can we use Stoic acceptance to move forward? First, practice separating what you can control from what you cannot. Ask yourself, what can I change in this situation? Probably the answer will be nothing. However, you can control how you react to the end of the relationship. Second, focus on self-compassion. Accepting the end of a relationship doesn't mean ignoring your feelings. On the contrary, it's important to acknowledge your pain and be kind to yourself during this process. Third, use the post-relationship period to reflect on what you've learned. Relationships are opportunities for growth, even when they come to an end. Ask yourself, what did this experience teach me about myself and what I want in the future? Finally, practice gratitude. Even though the relationship ended, it brought positive moments and valuable lessons. Recognize that and celebrate what was good. We've reached the crucial point. Acceptance is not forgetting. Accepting the end of a relationship doesn't mean erasing memories or pretending you don't feel anything. It means facing reality as it is, without fighting against the inevitable. Stoicism teaches us that resisting reality only increases suffering. By adopting this mindset, you not only free up emotional space for new experiences, but also strengthen your ability to deal with future adversities. When we accept the end of something, we open doors to new beginnings. Additionally, by avoiding resentment, we maintain our emotional and moral integrity. Resentment is a weight we carry with us, while acceptance is liberation. When we start applying these principles, the results are transformative. First, you'll experience a sense of relief. By accepting the end of the relationship, you release the emotional energy that was being spent on internal struggles. The people around you will also notice your change. When you act with maturity and understanding, you inspire others to do the same. Additionally, your self-esteem improves significantly. Finally, this practice strengthens your ability to discern. You begin to attract people who share your values and respect your individuality. As we progress on this journey, we realize that accepting the end of a relationship isn't just about self-care, but also about personal growth. Every time we choose to face our emotions with honesty, we're saying yes to ourselves. This attitude of self-compassion helps us cultivate more authentic and meaningful relationships in the future. Another important aspect is gratitude. When we value who we truly are and what we have, we create a virtuous cycle of self-recognition. Finally, this practice teaches us to be more selective. Fewer superficial connections, more deep and meaningful relationships. Additionally, it's important to remember that acceptance doesn't mean passivity. Accepting the end of a relationship doesn't mean agreeing with everything that happened or justifying harmful behaviors. Stoicism teaches us to observe facts clearly and act according to our values. This means that while we accept what we cannot change, we also take practical steps to improve our lives. For example, if the relationship ended because of toxic patterns, Stoic acceptance helps us identify those patterns and avoid them in the future. Another relevant point is that the end of a relationship can be an opportunity to rediscover who you are. During a relationship, we often shape our identity based on the other person. When it ends, we have the chance to reconnect with our own interests, dreams, and goals. Stoicism encourages us to use this time to reflect on what truly matters to us and how we want to live our lives. This practice of self-awareness is essential for building healthier relationships in the future. Remember also that the process of acceptance isn't linear. There will be days when you feel strong and resilient, and others when the pain seems unbearable. Stoicism teaches us to accept these emotional fluctuations without judgment. Instead of fighting against our feelings, we should observe them with compassion and patience. This approach allows us to process our emotions in a healthy and gradual way, without getting lost in cycles of self-punishment or denial. Finally, it's worth noting that accepting the end of a relationship is an act of courage. It requires strength to confront reality, vulnerability to recognize our pain, and wisdom to extract lessons from the experience. Stoicism reminds us that true power lies in our ability to choose how we react to circumstances. When we accept the end of a relationship with dignity and clarity, we honor both ourselves and the other person. This mindset not only helps us move forward, but also prepares us to create more authentic and meaningful connections in the future. We've reached the end of this video, but I hope you've realized just how powerful Stoic acceptance is for transforming your emotional life. When we learn to accept the end of a relationship, we take control of our lives and create space for healthier and more authentic new connections. If this video brought clarity for you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Also, share this video with someone who needs these lessons today. Together we can build healthier relationships and live with more inner peace. Oh, and if you want to dive deeper into Stoicism, I recommend the book, The Handbook of Epictetus. It's a perfect introduction to Stoic philosophy and will help you apply these principles in your daily life. Link in the description.